All right, now we want to discuss standard form. Standard form is a little different because we have x, y, and then our constant instead of y, mx, and then our constant. Okay. The first thing we can look at in standard form is we can switch this around to make it be in slope-intercept form if that's what you feel comfortable with. So we need to get one y by itself and everything else on the right. So in this case, we can subtract 2x from both sides. So the x moves up. So the x moves over. That would leave us with 4y equals negative 2x plus 8. And this, now we would need to get it down to one single y, so we would need to divide by 4. And we would have to do it to every single term. So the 4's cancel down to 1, y. 2 over 4 or negative 2 over 4 simplifies to negative 1/2. And 8 over 4 simplifies to 2. So now you've got your slope-intercept form where you could work from this, or you can continue to work from your standard form. All right, I want to talk a little bit about the standard form and how we would work from it. Because we can go ahead and we can determine intercepts and go ahead and graph this thing from this form. All right, the first thing I want to do is I want to plot my y. So let's imagine that I can plot the y-intercept very easily. The y-intercept is where it touches this line. And if you notice, anywhere it touches this line, that point would be 0, 5. The x is 0 because it doesn't go left or right. This point would be 0, negative 2 because it's on the negative 2 and the x doesn't go left or right. So the x is going to be 0 where the y-intercept is. So if I plug in a 0 for my x, two times 0 is going to be 0. So it's gone. I'm just going to leave it off. So we get 4y equals 8. Divide both sides by 4. And you've probably already determined y equals 2. So I can go ahead and plot my y-intercept of 2. Now for the x variable, or for the x-intercept, I'm going to show you the way I actually think about it in my head. I just cover that up because I know that's going to be 0 in the end. So 2 times what is 8? 2 times 4 is 8. And we can go ahead and draw our line. Now I've only got 2 points, so I can continue that up and over if I wanted to. Down 2, or negative 2, positive 4. So I could go negative 2, positive 4. Or I can determine my slope from there. So my slope is going to be y over x. So in other words, how many I go down or up is going to go in my numerator. How many I go left to right goes in my denominator. So to go from this point to that point, I have to go negative 2. So we go negative 2, and then I go over 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can simplify that down to negative 1/2. And that would be my slope. So if we needed more points on this graph, I could continue by the negative 1/2, or really I continue by the negative 2, 4, but I'm going to miss out on some whole number of points that it hits along the way.